This episode is brought to you by Berkshire Hathaway Homestake Company's BHHC, a leading national writer of workers' compensation insurance. Our AM Best rating of A++ 15 enables us to offer coverage for a wide variety of businesses under all market conditions. BHHC is committed to providing injured workers with compassionate care and access to timely, high-quality medical treatment and support. Our loss control services, proactive claim management, medical cost containment, and fraud prevention contribute to superior claim outcomes for our policyholders.
Hi, you're listening to Rancho Mesa Studio One podcast, where each week we break down complex insurance and safety topics to help your business thrive. I'm your host, Dave-Garcia, and today I'm joined by John Turner, an assistant client manager here at Rancho Mesa in our construction group. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, John, so let's just jump into this, all right? Where did you grow up, John?
I grew up in San Diego, California. I'm a fourth-generation San Diegan.
No kidding.
Yes.
There's not too many families that can say that.
Only a handful.
Yeah. How did your original fourth-generation family, was it military or what got them to San Diego?
There was, over 100 years ago, there was a flood in New Orleans that, that took out most of the city. Yeah. And so they took a train out west and then ended up out here, though, in Logan.
Wow.
Built some property, built their own houses and everything, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love how you said Narlands. How did you say that again? Narlands, yeah. Okay, cool. So you grew up in San Diego. What high school did you go to?
St. Augustine Catholic High School.
Okay, so you're a Saintsman, right?
I am.
Through and through.
Very much so.
Yeah, for life, I know. I know a lot of other Saintsmen. They're Saintsmen for life. So during your high school years, what types of things did you participate in high school?
I was a lineman, for JV and for varsity football. I was also believe it or not, captain of the track and field team, or the field part, where I did discus and shot put. I was a peer counselor for a couple years, wow. And I was the junior class president before I became the vice president of the whole school for ASB.
Wow, that's really impressive.
And then I did a little bit of drama on the side, just doing some poetry reading, some Shakespeare stuff.
Yeah. Wow. So you were a busy guy in high school then, sounds like.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, I was doing 12-hour days at the school. We'd get to the gym at 6, believe it or not, and then I wouldn't even leave until like 6 p.m.
Wow.
Usually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So outside of work, what do you like to do?
Well, when I'm not with the family, what I like to do is play around in the kitchen and then also do a little bit of bartending on the side for people, and then also work on my 73 Roadrunner.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty much done restoring, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you're actually able to do the work on the Roadrunner yourself?
YouTube.
Yeah. Wow.
Love YouTube.
Yeah. I can't, I have a difficult time nailing a nail. So to somebody that can build a car is pretty impressive. So do you have any other hidden talents, John?
If I look at your spice cabinet, I could probably make a cocktail for you just the way you'd like, just by looking at your spice cabinet.
Really?
Yeah. I could tell your favorite profile, though, just based off of COVID was long. So I took a hospitality course, and part of the hospitality course to increase my customer service skills, though, was a whole bartending course. And so I can look at your spice cabinet and design a cocktail just for you the way you would
kidding.
Like it. Yeah.
Well, we may have to take you up on that one day. So when you and the family get a chance to get away, do you have any favorite vacation spots?
Going to New Orleans would be nice when time affords it. But overseas, though, Lisbon, Portugal, though, is probably my third favorite place on earth. It's just beautiful. It's just a big giant Point Loma.
Really?
That's the best way to describe it, but cheaper.
Yeah. What made you go there in the first place, though? That's
we were doing the whole European thing, and so we went to France for the holidays, and then went to London, and then we were in Portugal, Lisbon, and it was just my wife just suggested, though, and it's a beautiful, and everyone's so friendly. Everyone's friendly.
Really?
Everyone, and so no one was looking at me funny at all.
Right.
Everyone was just yeah.
Do you speak any languages?
I used when I used to work in China, I learned Chinese a little bit though, but that was like almost like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I know enough TJ style Spanish, and then
right.
I know good English and I know bad English.
Okay. Okay. Well, you just teed me up here. You worked in China.
Yeah, I was I was working for the embassy though. I was teaching embassy employees' children, a lot of different, games, things like that. And also it was a lot of international delegates from other countries. So they asked me to teach them English over, I want to say that was in 2006. I did that from about May till, I want to say September.
Yeah.
I was in Beijing. Yeah.
Wow. What
What
was that like?
It was different.
Yeah.
China was a lot different like then. I mean, that was the only time I ever felt like a rich person. At the time, it was like, $1 American to 8 of theirs. And so,
Wow.
We had like a driver and like all the meals were underneath like $2. And it was good. Those were some hardworking people.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Wow. We're not even begun hardly here, John. And I'm already like, wow, I've learned so much about you. This is really awesome. And I'm about to ask a question that you may have already answered, but what's something about yourself that most people don't know?
Let's see. Some of the people that they don't know that I am very good in the kitchen, me and my wife. I think I really would say I can probably make you whatever you'd like. Obviously food allergy though, but I'll still figure it out. And I think I've mastered the chocolate chip cookie. I think no one else probably in the Western Hemisphere can make a chocolate chip cookie better than me and my family. Like me and my wife, we like make our chocolate chips. We're very specific.
Oh my goodness.
Smoke our butter. We smoke our salt. Yeah, it's a very almost like religious practice that we do like once a year.
Okay, well, Jadyn over here is producing this. You know where we're going with this, Jadyn, right? We're gonna have to taste some of these chocolate chip cookies at some point, John.
We'll see. After my full probation period is done, maybe we can talk about it.
There you go. So who's been some of the most influential people in your life?
One would probably be my scoutmaster, probably when I was like younger. Scoutmaster Stanley, who's now a deacon, and he really taught me a lot about, take me out in the middle of the woods and just say, hey, figure it out. So that really helped me a lot in terms of knowing about self-reliance. And then another big influence would probably be Simon Sinek. He's kind of like a social media kind of like positive type of guy who really taught me about the 5 whys, which is a really good way to like live your life and just really, just in general though, it's one of the foundations of the Sigma 6. So I would say, those are probably the biggest influences in my life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And through all that, what's one of the best pieces of advice anybody's ever given you?
Yeah, that would be like I heard from Simon Sinek. If you ask the question for any problem you have, if you ask the question why 5 times in a row. So the best way to say it is like if there's an issue, if you ask, well, why did that happen? And then you ask again, like, well, why did that happen? And if you do that 5 times in a row, you will get to the source of whatever ailment there may be, and then come up with a solution though. So I really will use that though when I feel like I'm in a bind.
Yeah. Wow. Do you use that technique on your wife? Because I could see her saying, John, if you ask me another question.
No, my wife doesn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And she is wonderful. And I thank God every day for sending that angel to me.
Perfect. Great answer, John.
If she's listening.
Yeah, exactly. So if you could like magic wand and instantly learn a new skill, like what's something you'd love to be able to do that you can't currently do?
That would be magical skill. I would guess that would be healing. Maybe somehow like healing people, like maybe like something like medical though that could just quickly be able to be like not like be like a surgeon, but if someone had a cut and I could just magically stitch it real quickly or just fix someone medically like right away, like just like almost like EMT, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
to help someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's like my cabinet's so empty of things that I can do. So what would I like to do is a big list. I'd like to sing. I can't sing. I'd like to be able to play an instrument. Can't play an instrument. I like to cook. Can't cook. I'd like to be mechanical. I'm not mechanical. So, John, you're pretty complete as a person. Like when you're trying to like heal people, that's That's pretty good. That's so far down my list of the basics. So glad to hear. If I I need something, I'm coming to you for sure. So if you weren't working in insurance, what do you think? What career path do you think you'd be on?
I would probably be, if I wasn't in insurance, I would probably be in law. I mean, I went to law school for a few years before my mother got sick. That made me drop out of law school. So if I wasn't in insurance, I would have probably kept pursuing that.
Yeah. You just seem like somebody that's always in a quest to learn.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I think that's really admirable. So tell the audience, John, how long have you been with Rancho Mesa now?
I've been with Rancho Mesa since August of 2025. So
you're relatively new. And what motivated you to join Rancho Mesa?
I really like the culture of here. We do a lot of high-end accounts, but because of the team network they have set up, makes the stress of this industry a lot more reduced. I do like how it's while you're on the clock, you're going to work hard, but once your shift is over, Kim wants you out of here. She doesn't want you spending your Saturdays and being here missing dinner with the family. And I really do like how the folks above me though do care about the individual and their well-being along almost, if not even more than they do the named insured.
Yeah.
It's just take care of the employee and the employee will take care of the named insured. Right. And I do like that philosophy.
That's great. And I'm really pleased to hear that. What are one or two areas of your role that you really enjoy?
One of my two areas of the role is interacting with both, our client coordinator, Sean and Amy. The fact that I have a team to work with, not all the weight is just on one person, and that we're doing everything as a team effort makes things so much easier from what I'm used to when it's kind of even when I had other agencies though, I had an account manager though, but I really didn't feel like I was doing things on my own. I feel like most of the things I do, even if I'm doing just a COI, it's a whole team effort though. I love the network of companions we have together to get a task done. I really do like that a lot.
So, John, we really encourage people here to extend themselves, to try to grow within their roles and responsibilities. So in light of that, what areas are you looking to grow your career here and within your group, the construction group, or what have you set your sights on anything? You're an assistant client manager right now in the construction group. So what are some of your career aspirations?
Well, I am on the pathway to be an account manager, though. As we grow more on a risk management field, that would be something I would like to come across. I do have my ARM designation. I do have an associate's in risk management, and being able to utilize that more for the agency, though, would be would be nice, because I would be able to learn a lot more and be it's more really interesting. Yeah. Not so, a lot more responsibility, but I think you can be a little more creative in helping out the clients.
Yeah. It sounds like with your background, you're somebody that has challenged yourself from high school on, and we're looking for that here. As an agency, we're growing, it creates more opportunities. And as you transition into that client manager role, then you're now the team lead for the assistant client manager, client coordinator. And, I know you'll do a great job of coaching them up. Yeah, for sure. So here's a question I always like to ask, and it's granted you've only been here since August, so it's pretty new for you to answer this. But if you were to be out Saturday afternoon with your wife and you run into somebody and they ask you where you worked and you said Rancho Mesa, and they said, well, what is Rancho Mesa? How would you describe Rancho Mesa to a total stranger?
Rancho Mesa is a company to me that definitely puts the client at ease when it comes to dealing with this whole, insurance rigmarole. It's a tough, it is a finance industry, and it could be a stress to know that if something was to happen to your business, that to be relieved that Rancho Mesa will come in and get you squared away. And not just that, they will also prepare you, and kind of help you avoid risk ahead of time. That's one thing I do like about, especially with your producers, though. They're really big on advocating for the clients and preparing themselves for to avoid risk, as soon as possible. Though, with the, having people, stretch on like on the job site. Though I've never heard of that. I've been at other agencies. I've never heard of things like that. Like the things you guys suggest to your clients are really good to help avoid risk. Though, so I like you guys are pioneers when it comes to that.
Yeah. So one of my goals, John, is our culture, as you probably know, and it's a culture. When Shar and I started the company, it's really, really important to us. You mentioned it a little bit with, Kim's attitude about, hey, when you're here, we expect you to work, but we don't expect you to work all night long and all weekends and things like that. So if you, just from what you've seen so far, in 3 words, how would you describe Rancho Mesa's culture? What 3 words come to mind when we ask that question?
Enthusiastic, patient, and teamwork, if I can say. I don't know what that one's all about. So it's really big on the teamwork. We have a coach, we have our catcher, we have our pitcher. I mean, we have like all the bases covered. Yeah. When that ball is thrown, everyone is just on point, ready to go. That's how I think. That's great. The squad operates.
Yeah. I love all your sports analogies. I'm a sports guy. As you know, our conference room is called the clubhouse, and the other one's called the dugout. So, yeah, we're very much into sports. So, John, we're going to be wrapping up here. We've asked you a lot of questions, found a lot of really interesting things. Is there something else you want to talk about or share before we close out today?
I'm really grateful for the opportunity to speak with you today, and be working with these great people. Also, a side note, I do love how I get to go out on walks with all the young folk.
Yeah.
How during our break we all get out and walk. I don't know why. That's like one of my favorite parts of my day.
Yeah.
I know it may sound funny, but just going out and just walking the courtyard with everyone. We do about a half mile every day.
It's funny. Nice. I'm pleased to hear you say that. That started probably now about 8 or 9 years ago, and originally it was called the 7th inning stretch, and that's how we just felt like, okay, as we're growing as a company, it's important to interact with different groups of people that you're not working with side by side, and that it's stuck, and it's nice to get out of the office.
Yep.
And it's our offices are located. It's a beautiful area without traffic, so you can get out, get in the sunshine, walk, chat with people, get to know them a little bit better. So I do think that is a pretty cool thing, and I will admit it was not my idea, but I'm all for it, and I know it's good because it's stuck.
Yeah.
People aren't tired of it. So. No. I'm glad to hear you say that. Anything else, John, before we close out today?
No, I'm really, that's all I can think of for now. I'm just looking forward to, how years to come, everything is going to go and how I grow here with everyone. Yes.
Well, we love having you here, John. I really appreciate you stepping out today.
Thank you.
And talking with me. I always, I've talked to a lot of our people, some that have been here for 10, 15 years, and I always find out something that I thought I should have known that I didn't know. So, John,
cool.
I've got a long list of things, starting with these chocolate chip cookies that we're going to let you. So, John, I just want to thank you again for joining me in Studio One today and in choosing Rancho Mesa for your career. John, thank you.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
And thanks for tuning in to our latest episode produced by Studio One. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share this episode and subscribe. For more insights like this, visit us at ranchomesa.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter.